Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. President Trump signs order to cut federal funds for NPR and PBS over bias claims. President Trump moves to cancel Harvard's tax-exempt status after ongoing dispute. President Trump plans to rename Veterans Day to honor World War I's victory. Marco Rubio says Iran must end enrichment and allow U.S. inspections. Governor Hochul invests in subway safety with new budget plan. Mayor Eric Adams at Interfaith Prayer in Brooklyn calls for unity and support from all faiths. Singer Jill Sobey dies in Minnesota house fire at age 66. Selena Gomez talks dating struggles after Bieber and finding love again. UK court rejected Prince Harry's appeal over security protection. China holds back on trade talks, wants honest deal from US. World's largest electric ship built in Tasmania and launched for South America route. And trans women banned from playing women's cricket in England and Wales. You were listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Trump signed an executive order on May 1, 2025 to stop federal funding for NPR and PBS. He said both organizations give biased and partisan news and no longer serve the public fairly. The order told the Corporation for Public Broadcasting to stop giving taxpayer money to these outlets. The order may face legal challenges. The White House said NPR and PBS got tens of millions each year to spread radical woke propaganda. It said public media is now outdated because of many news options available today. Trump said the CPB failed to stay fair and unbiased. Elon Musk and other Trump supporters have also claimed NPR and PBS support left-wing causes. Last month, Trump posted on Truth Social calling the two outlets radical left monsters. NPR and PBS have denied all claims of bias. Recently, Trump removed 3 CPB board members. A judge later ordered the White House to give 48 hours notice before replacing any more. In the future, NPR and PBS may lose major funding. Trump's critics say this move could hurt media freedom in America. President Trump has announced that his administration is taking steps to revoke Harvard University's tax-exempt status. He made the statement on Truth Social, writing, "We are going to be taking away Harvard's tax-exempt status. It's what they deserve." Trump did not give more details about the plan, but last month he already spoke about this idea. Harvard, like about 2 million other groups, is a 501c3 organization. That means it doesn't pay federal income tax, and donations to it are tax deductible. On April 2025, Trump froze $2.2 billion in grants and $60 million in contracts to Harvard. His administration had asked the university to cancel diversity programs, change hiring rules, and replace leadership. Harvard refused, then filed a lawsuit saying the funding freeze was unlawful. Now, if Trump cancels Harvard's tax-exempt status, more legal action is expected. The IRS has already been reviewing this issue. Harvard says there is no legal reason to cancel the status, which helps fund student aid and research. Harvard has a $52.3 billion endowment, the biggest among U.S. universities. More action may come soon as the standoff continues. President Trump said he will rename Veterans Day as Victory Day for World War I to celebrate U.S. military wins. He also announced that Victory in Europe Day on May 8 will be renamed Victory in World War II Day. Trump shared these plans in a late-night Truth Social post. He said the U.S. made great sacrifices in both world wars and deserves stronger recognition. We won both wars, but we never celebrate anything, Trump wrote. He added that current leaders do not honor victories properly, but he plans to change that. Veterans Day started after World War I as Armistice Day, then later honored all U.S. veterans. It became a federal holiday in 1968. Trump's idea may face criticism, especially over claims that the U.S. did more than other nations in World War II. Russia lost nearly 28 million people in the war, and the U.K. suffered heavy bombing. The name changes have not been made official yet, but Trump may have forward soon. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Iran must fully stop enriching uranium, building long-range missiles, and supporting terrorism. He also said Iran should allow U.S. inspectors into all nuclear and military sites. His remarks came after nuclear talks were postponed on May 1, 2025. Rubio explained that Iran should import enriched uranium instead of making it. He warned that even low-level enrichment could quickly lead to weapons-grade material. If you can enrich to 3.67%, it only takes weeks to get to 90%, which is used for a bomb, he said on Fox News. Iran has said it will not stop its missile program or uranium enrichment, claiming it has the right under the Non-Proliferation Treaty. It also said it does not plan to build a nuclear bomb. A senior Iranian official told Reuters that the new date for the nuclear talks in Rome will depend on the U.S. approach. President Trump has warned that without a deal, military action is possible. We'll be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Governor Kathy Hochul announced major safety investments through New York's FY 2026 budget to protect subway riders and workers. She joined MTA and police officials to highlight the plan, which includes more police patrols, stronger mental health services, and new station upgrades. The state will spend $77 million to add NYPD patrols in stations and trains for 6 months, plus $45 million for the National Guard's anti-terror work in NYC. Hochul said New Yorkers deserve safe, strong, and reliable subways. This year, subway crime dropped 11% compared to early 2024 and 16% lower than 2019. Serious citywide crimes also dropped 8%. Hoku's plan includes new barriers on platforms, brighter LED lighting, and updated fare gates in over 150 stations. The budget also funds homeless outreach and mental health teams to give care to those in need. The MTA's 68.4 billion capital plan will fund long-term upgrades, including the Interborough Express. More safety and support will continue in the future. On the evening of May 1st, a special interfaith prayer gathering was held at the Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn. Religious leaders from Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and Hinduism came together to pray for the welfare of humanity and for peace. By joining in collective prayer, these leaders from various faiths set an example of harmony and tolerance in society. New York City Mayor Eric Adams was present at the event. Thanking the religious leaders in attendance, he said that people of all faiths can come together in prayer, and through this unity, he hopes for continued support in the future.
And so when I hear people tell me how fearful it is, I can't help but to dwell on the day when God crossed the Sea of Galilee after healing all day. His disciples, Brother Jamal, saw him heal all day.
He announced that he will be running again in the upcoming mayoral election and asked for everyone's prayers and votes. This event served as a unique example showcasing the pluralism and religious tolerance of New York City. This report was submitted by Greg Merchant and Nikon Holbach, Millennium TV US and Millennium News 24. Singer Jill Sabui, best known for her 1995 hit song I Kissed a Girl, died in a house fire in Woodbury, Minnesota on May 1, 2025. She was 66. The fire was reported around 5:30 a.m. and firefighters later found her body inside the burned home. Her manager, John Porter, said Jill was not only a talented musician but also a strong supporter of human rights. I Kissed a Girl reached number 20 on Billboard's Modern Rock chart and became the first openly queer-themed song to do so. She also found success with Supermodel from the Clueless movie soundtrack. In recent years, she created an off-Broadway musical, which opened in 2022. The show was later nominated for a Drama Desk Award and became a New York Times Critics' Pick. Selena Gomez recently shared how she felt lonely after her breakup with Justin Bieber and before falling in love with her now fiancé Benny Blanco. On the Table Manners podcast, Gomez said she hadn't liked anyone for a long time until she kissed Blanco. Some kisses are just fun, but when there is feeling behind it, it's different, she said. Gomez admitted she had been alone for 5 years, except for a few bad dates, and felt a little embarrassed. Her on and off relationship with Bieber lasted from 2010 to 2018. She also dated DJ Z in 2015 and The Weeknd in 2017. In a Time interview published in May 2025, she explained how she slowly fell for Blanco after attending a birthday party with him. It just happens when you least expect it, she said. The couple went public in December 2023 and later got engaged. Meanwhile, Bieber married Hailey in 2018 and they welcomed their son, Jack Blues Bieber, in August 2024. We'll be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Prince Harry has lost his latest appeal to get full police protection during visits to the UK. UK court rejected his attempt to overturn a ruling that allowed the British government to reduce his taxpayer-funded security. The decision followed his 2020 step down as a working royal and move to the United States. For years, Harry had official police protection, but after stepping back from royal duties, his security was downgraded to case-by-case reviews. He argued this put him and his family at risk. Private bodyguards in the UK cannot carry guns or access the government's security systems. In December 2023, Harry said the UK is a home and important for his children's heritage. He added that safety is needed for them to feel at home in Britain. However, Master of the Rolls Sir Geoffrey Wells said Harry's personal concerns did not give a legal reason to overturn the earlier decision. Harry did not appear in court. China said it was still reviewing a recent U.S. offer to begin trade negotiations. China's Commerce Ministry confirmed the U.S. had sent multiple messages through different parties asking to start talks. However, China denied U.S. President Donald Trump's claim last week that talks were already underway. The Chinese Foreign Ministry accused the U.S. of misleading the public and said Beijing had not initiated any discussions. Nationalist blogger Ren Yi, also known as Chairman Rabbit, shared that the U.S. had been contacting China often and wanted to negotiate on trade. He said if China had surrendered first, the U.S. wouldn't be pushing so hard. China wants the U.S. to show sincerity and stop using pressure and threats. Since early April, both countries have raised tariffs, with U.S. duties now at 145% and China's at 125%. China's factory activity fell in April. Meanwhile, the U.S. just ended a tariff loophole affecting Chinese exports. The U.S. hopes to ease tensions before working on a bigger deal. An Australian boat builder, Incat, launched what it called the world's largest electric ship, Hull 096 in Hobart. The 130-meter vessel was made for South American ferry operator Bucebus and will carry 2,100 passengers and 225 vehicles between Buenos Aires, Argentina and Uruguay. The ship will run fully on battery power using over 250 tons of batteries and has more than 40 megawatt-hours of capacity. It connects to 8 electric-driven water jets. Incat said this is the biggest electric vehicle of its kind ever built, with energy storage 4 times greater than past maritime systems. Robert Clifford, Incat's chairman, said Hull 096 was the most important project in the company's 40-year history. CEO Stephen Casey added that the ship proves large low-emission transport is possible now. Experts like Dr. Liam Davis from RMIT say this ferry route is a smart way to test electric shipping. Incat hopes to build more green ships for global use in the future. Let's have a look on today's sports story. Transgender women have been banned from playing in women's and girls' cricket in England and Wales, following a change in policy by the England and Wales Cricket Board. This decision came after a UK Supreme Court ruling last month which defined women based on sex at birth, excluding transgender women with a gender recognition certificate. Since January, trans women have already been barred from the top 2 tiers of elite women's cricket, but were still allowed to compete in lower tiers and recreational cricket. The ECB's new rules state that only those whose biological sex is female will be eligible for women's and girls' cricket. Trans women can still play in open and mixed cricket events. The ECB expressed that while it strives for inclusivity, these changes are necessary following the Supreme Court ruling. The move comes after similar decisions in English and Scottish football, with the issue of transgender athletes gaining attention in various sports. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,049.84. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 64.40 points or 0.34%. Tokyo stock close price is 36,452.30. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 406.92 points or 1.13%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,279.03. The Shanghai index is decreased by 7.62 points or 0.23%. Hong Kong stock close price is 22,119.41. The Hang Seng index is increased by 111.30 points or 0.51%. Bombay stock close price is 80,242.24. The Sensex index is decreased by 46.14 points or 0.06%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. President Trump signs order to cut federal funds for NPR and PBS over bias claims. President Trump moves to cancel Harvard's tax-exempt status after ongoing dispute. President Trump plans to rename Veterans Day to honor World War I's victory. Marco Rubio says Iran must end enrichment and allow U.S. inspections. Governor Hochul invests in subway safety with new budget plan. Mayor Eric Adams at Interfaith Prayer in Brooklyn calls for unity and support from all faiths. Singer Jill Sobey dies in Minnesota house fire at age 66. Selena Gomez talks dating struggles after Bieber and finding love again. UK court rejected Prince Harry's appeal over security protection. China holds back on trade talks, wants honest deal from US. World's largest electric ship built in Tasmania and launched for South America route. And trans women banned from playing women's cricket in England and Wales. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs at Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.